How does the UK Interactive Costing Tool benefit primary care studies? Why the Interactive Costing Tool and National Contract Value Review exist. The NHS operates as a collective of individual legal entities, including independent providers of NHS services. This means different approaches to costing commercial research across the UK. To provide predictability for commercial contract research, and to help attract placement in the UK, a standard costing methodology has been agreed for use across NHS organisations and is recommended for NHS providers like general practices. This has been in operation since 2008 and co-developed with Research Active general practitioners. The UK Interactive Costing Tool defines and applies this standard and transparent costing methodology for commercial contract research on a study-by-study basis. The Study Resource Review function within the Interactive Costing Tool enables existing NHS costing experts to work with commercial companies in ensuring the resources allocated for that study are sufficient for any NHS organisation or provider participating in the study. Altogether, this approach minimises adjustments by individual NHS organisations or providers to speed up patient access to research. What are the benefits of the Interactive Costing Tool and its Study Resource Review function? The UK-wide format supports swift site setup, with the content overseen by a UK-wide, multi-stakeholder group to ensure it accurately reflects the current health and care environment. It enables partnership working with and across the health and care system. It's part of the documentation preparations for study approvals. The study resource requirements inform the site-specific prices generated for inclusion in the UK model agreements, available via IRAS Help. The tool is one part of wider study planning and placement support provided by each nation to ensure that sponsors can access real-time insight to target the right sites for the right study at the right time. How do I get started? The company representative creates or logs into their central portfolio management system account and selects Study Resource Review Service 20D for their chosen study submission. The Interactive Costing Tool in the Study Resources tab is completed by outlining the study requirements for a research site taking part. There are lots of resources available online to help use this tool. If you need to speak to someone, the location of the Chief Investigator defines which local clinical research network or devolved administration office support team is relevant for your study. The Interactive Costing Tool is submitted for the Study Resource Review along with the required study documentation to enable this, for example a protocol, so the NHS can understand what the study entails. The local clinical research network or devolved administration office will help identify an NHS costing expert to act as a study resource reviewer relevant to the study and location. The company representative is introduced to the study resource reviewer, enabling direct communication between the company and the NHS. The study resource reviewer is assigned to the study submission within CPMS. They work with the Chief Investigator and study team to confirm that the activities entered and resources allocated in the Interactive Costing Tool reflect the study activities listed in the study documentation. For studies taking place in primary care, this may involve a general practice undertaking the review of resources, or working with a lead NHS organisation to ensure the activities in this setting are accurately understood and captured. The outcome is the co-created study resource requirements from which all site-specific prices are generated. What happens next? As independent providers, there is currently no mechanism in place to mandate site-specific prices. However, this UK-wide tool that calculates site-specific values based on activities has been embraced across the research ecosystem as a trusted framework to save time and effort during commercial study setup. The price calculations are based on NHS pay scales. They reflect the NHS Finance Manual overhead provisions with an additional commercial research capacity building element, and an NHS-specific locational supplement is applied to generate reflective site-specific prices. In parallel, the study-level review of resource requirements ensures all participating sites benefit from the highest quality and wealth of experience available across the setting. Together, this costing methodology, coupled with a quality study-level review of resource requirements, provides assurance of sufficient cost coverage. This approach removes the need for each general practice to redo work or renegotiate the resources themselves, and instead be better placed to recruit participants sooner and in higher volumes. As a result, the commercial income generated will sustain and build the research offer in the primary care setting. NHS organisations in Scotland and Wales operate a single cost model, and Northern Ireland is working to endorse this model. You can see this information in the UK Interactive Costing Tool tariff data on the NIHR website. Where there may be justifiable reasons why a local price for an activity is different from the value generated by the ICT, the National Contract Value Review approach is working to ensure these are visible upfront. Provision of these from across primary care will further support streamlined commercial study setup and patient access. Top tips for non-hospital settings. Investing time upfront to accurately reflect the study requirements within the interactive costing tool submitted for a national review enables prompt agreement and minimises rework. The Study Resource Review is the mechanism to capture and share resource requirements across the NHS, including primary care, as part of study setup. A common way general practices or other community care settings are included in research is through acting as patient identification centres, or PICs. Getting input from such settings to ensure the PIC activities are appropriately defined and captured in the interactive costing tool ensures accuracy of the resources for this type of involvement. When working outside of 24/7 hospital care settings, things like out-of-hours provision will need to be considered. How the study needs to be delivered across different care settings will create content variations between sites across those settings. If you are new to the tool, new to working with any part of the NHS, for example primary care, or your study is a complex design, be sure to access our user resources and lead local clinical research network or devolved administration support teams to help you capture study requirements within this tool. To help us work together, please attach your protocol and/or study schedule of events alongside any other relevant documentation that may assist in understanding the study requirements. Provide up-to-date company representative contact details so the reviewer can discuss the study directly. Confirm your chief investigator and location, because this is how we allocate the local clinical research network or devolved administration office support, and therefore a study resource reviewer with existing relationships with the chief investigator and study team. Submissions without this cannot be progressed. Get the most from each UK nation's support. Engage with study planning and placement support to help spread research opportunities across the UK and deliver them as efficiently as possible within the current health and care system. The interactive costing tool is designed to integrate information from site identification to easily create site-specific prices for contracting using the UK model agreements. Further information about the interactive costing tool and study resource review, including guidance, tutorials and updates, can be found on the NIHR website. If you have any queries, please get in contact with your local clinical research network, the Study Support Service Help Desk, or Devolved Administration Office in Northern Ireland, Scotland, or Wales.